Hello and welcome. So, Slate Digital have released a new plugin called Stellar Echo. It's very, very, very cool. It's based on the Roland Space Echo, which was obviously released in the 70s. Loads of people know it, loads of people love it. There are already some recreations out there, but this one has a few extra features which are very, very cool indeed. So, in this video, I just wanted to take you through the plugin and have a listen to it and just take you through a few things that I really like about it. So, stick around, here it comes. Okay, here is the wonderful, beautiful looking unit. Now, as you're already probably aware, it is a delay unit, but it does have some reverb built in as well, although it's primarily delay. But we'll show you a little bit later what you can do with a mixture of both. So the main settings you've got here is this mode selector switch here. So you've from 1 to 4, that is just delay. From 5 to 11, that is delay and reverb. And then number 12, that is reverb only. Now let's start with the first 4. So there's 3 tape heads in there. There's technically 4 if we're looking at the kind of secret one I've got in there, but let's just look at the 3 for now because the original unit had 3 tape heads. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then this 4th is like a combination. So if you look over here, we've got tape head 1, 2, 3, and that's basically showing you the delay time of each head. So when we select between the 3, it's telling us which head is going to be used. At the moment, we're in free mode, which means that it's just based on milliseconds. So the whole idea of the unit originally was you can just adjust it how you want, and basically don't want to sound like that dickhead on the internet, but basically use your ears and just see what works within the music. As you can imagine, because there's 3 different heads, they are already set to be delayed slightly later. 100 milliseconds, and next one, that's nearly 200, next one, nearly 300. Okay, now the first point is to look at how to adjust that. So we've got the repeat rate here, where if you go all the way to the right, it's going to go faster, and if you go all the way to the left, it's going to be slower. So as you can see those adjusting now. So let's have a quick listen to that just so we can hear it. It's off at the moment so you can hear what the vocal is doing, but I'll turn it on afterwards.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies.
Okay, let's bring that in, and I'm just going to adjust this here, and you can just check the rate of the head there.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
Okay, pretty straightforward. And now, next along, as you can imagine, we know what feedback does. It's how many delays are going to be coming. So if we increase that, it's going to go that little bit more bonkers.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
Okay, so what I like about it is already it's really easy to just start playing around and getting a cool sound from it. So I'm just going to jump to a different head and just instantly jump to a different time.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide.
Okay, perfect. Now you've got the echo level there, currently set to 50%, but of course you can adjust that accordingly. So let's have a little go.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide.
Perfect. I think it's already clear that this has got a really cool vibe. Like the sound of the delay is just not your standard digital delay, because obviously it's based on an analog unit, it's based on a tape delay, so it's already got a little bit of vibe going on. Now down here you've got your filters, which are really, really cool indeed. So of course that's just going to be adjusting the sound of the delay sound. So we've got bass and treble, and then we've got this filter here as well. So let's just have a quick listen.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide.
Nice. Hit Alt, and that will, when you click, and it will return it to its default value. And then we've got these filters here, which are really lovely because you can just adjust it. Basically, you're adjusting a high and a low pass filter of the delay. But once you adjust this, and if you're in some sort of position like this, if you hold Shift, you can pull them both along like so. Okay, so let's just have a quick listen to that in action.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
So then that way you can really home in on a particular frequency, if you really want to just be having the delayed sound just focus around a particular frequency, you can do that there. So really cool. And again, alt-click and it's going to return them to their default values. Right, now, what if you want it to not be in free mode, but actually sync to your session? You can totally do that. Just click sync, and then automatically these heads change, and then it's at musical values. So you've got eighth note there. And now as you adjust this repeat rate, you're going to see this change to dotted and triplets and whatnot as well. Okay, so really cool if you want to just get that precisely synced to your session. But then you can also adjust that a little bit further. So if you hold shift at the same time, then you're just going to go kind of in between those musical values, which is really pretty cool. And it can really allow for some interesting effects. Right, now, another thing which is really, really cool about this unit is to essentially make it stereo, because this was a mono unit. So if we adjust the echo width, then that's basically going to be spreading out the delay, so it's not banging in the middle anymore. It's going to be going either side, so it starts to give you a little bit more space. And then also you've got these different selections here of ping pong or swap. So ping pong, it's obviously going to go left and right, and swap, I think that basically just flips left and right between each other. So let's have just a little listen to that so you can hear what that's doing in action.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust. I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
So already I find with that you've got loads of things in there, loads of colours you can paint with, and loads of ways that you can just manipulate the delay to fit into your session. But you still have the original vibe of the unit. Already sounded cool in the first place. So fantastic, fantastic delay. Let's have a quick look at the reverb and delay as well. So if we go, like I said, from 5 to 11, it's going to start flipping around, as you can see, like that. So it's changing all the heads, so it's showing you what you're actually listening to there. So let's go with just head 2, and it will default on the spring reverb, which is what was included in the unit originally. And before we have a little listen to it, I want to show you what this source thing does, because this is quite important. So this is deciding where the reverb is going to be applied. So is it on the input, so the actual source that you're sending into it? Is it on the echo? So remember, if we've got both selected, we've got the echo running too, so it's just going to be doing a reverb to the echo, or on both, so the input and the echo as well. Let's have it on the echo just to start off with, because that's how the original unit would do it. And I've pulled down the echo width as well, so we're just hearing it fully in mono.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
So it's pretty cool. It just starts to give a little bit more space to that delay. Now, before we start to delve into some other tricks you can do here, let's look at the other reverb. So the original unit didn't have any other reverb on it, but Slate have kindly put some more in there because they know that we just need some more colours to play with these days. So we've got a plate, we've got a chamber and a hall. Let's have a little listen to all of those.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
But I think the combinations of what you can do here is when it starts to get a little bit more interesting. So, for example, if we just set the reverb to the input, so it's just applying effects to the original sound and it's not touching the echoes at this point. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in the echo width with the echo, and you can just start to hear how the echoes are just going to be on the left and the right, and you've got like a reverb just in the middle. So what I'll do first is I'll pull down that echo level. So we're firstly just going to start to hear what the reverb is doing, and then I'll bring up the echo and you can hear how some of the changes can happen.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust. I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust. I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide.
You see what I mean? So now you're starting to craft what's going on with those sounds and where you're putting the reverb and where you're putting the echo. You can of course do that the other way around as well, and we can put the reverb on those echoes as well if you want to do that. That's usually what would happen, but it's nice to have the option to really manipulate the sound and use that as a way to just fit that in your mix. Right, so now let's just hear it in a mix so you get a bit of an idea of what it sounds like in context, and then you understand exactly what I mean. So I'll start with it off so you don't hear the effect, and I'll bring that back in so you can hear what I did, and then I'm going to switch things up so the reverb is affecting a different source, so it's going to be affecting the echo instead, and then it really does start to change things up, and it's really very cool. So let's start with where it was, and then as I said, I'll bring it in.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
Now we'll change that up.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
You see how that's changed the sound of the echoes there, and it just started to put it in its own little space and actually allowed it to just fit into the mix a little bit more and made it just a little bit more atmospheric. Now also, if you have a look at custom, this is the new thing that is basically added to the unit, which of course it did not have, which is a 4th tape head. So if you click custom right here, it comes up with all the individual values for each tape head, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you can basically just adjust the timing for each one and just go completely crazy and just get some really mad stuff going on. So let's maybe turn off the reverb for this.
I looked fear in the eyes and I told him I was tired of lies. No, I don't need to compromise feelings that I hide. I need more than a lightless love. I need a human touch that I can trust.
We can obviously go very far with that and just do lots of silly things, but it's nice that you can totally just craft this to exactly where you want it to be. If you've got something where you want the delays to hit very specifically, you can do that right here. Hope you're liking this video. If you are, please do me a favor, hit the old like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thank you very much for everyone who's subscribing so far. I really do appreciate it. Also, sign up to mailing list below. I'll send you some free stuff. There'll be an EQ cheat sheet and some one-shots that you can use in your mixes, all for free. So why not? Cheers. Now, lastly, I've only showed you it on vocals at the moment just because it is a very clear way of doing a good demo, but you can of course put that on anything you want. Now, one of the favorites, as I'm sure you're aware, would be guitar. It works so well on guitars, and I just want to show you a little thing that I just set up here just so you can hear it in action, and just the space that it gives and the color that it offers is just absolutely lovely. So this is the sound of guitar on its own, which already has a little bit of reverb because I recorded it a reverb and so it's baked into it, but with this unit on afterwards, it gives it that little bit more and allows it to just fit more into the mix. That just sounds lovely to me. Now let's just hear this in the context of a mix. So I think this is where this starts to really come alive. It will add just a little bit of level, which I am aware of that, but I've kind of turned it up just a little bit just so you can really hear the sound of it, which is more important here. It just has a really, really lovely vibe and a fantastic space, exactly what this unit has in the first place. So there you go. So there you have it. It's just a little bit of a walkthrough just to show you the idea of the vibe you can get from a unit, and more specifically how you can really manipulate the sound to fit things in your mix with it. So the additional features that Slate have added to this vintage unit really do work. It's like they've kind of just thought about what the modern mixer, producer, engineer, whatever requires, and it's just kind of brought those things into the plugin to really help us out and just make us and just allow us to have a really, really lovely time. So well done, Slate. Another fantastic job. I'm looking forward to absolutely smashing this all over my mixes. I'm going to try not to smash it everywhere because you know how that goes. But anyway, check it out if you haven't already. It really is a banger. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.